Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Limetime with Kofi. I'm your host, as always, Kofi Annan. And today we got a little something special for you. We're going to be doing some shrimp curry and some fried ribs in true Caribbean American fusion style. Um, yeah, it's been a minute since I made a video. Just been grinding, working hard, working too hard probably. But I'm back doing another video for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy. Got some family coming over. Got my brothers coming over today, so we're going to just kind of hang out and kick back and get some good food. But I hope you guys enjoy it. So stay tuned. All right, so for starters, we're going to start off with making sure that we clean our shrimp really well. So I'm going to throw some lemon juice in here, and I'm going to toss in some vinegar and just make sure you wash it really good with some cold water. Once that's done, we're going to peel it and get to seasoning it. All right, so I'm going to start off with using some Old Bay, some onion powder, some parsley flakes, some black pepper, some red pepper flakes, optional, some salt, and finally I'm gonna actually season it with some curry powder as well. Once we get everything in there, just gonna toss it around, make sure everything kind of gets blended in nice and evenly. All right, and now on to cutting up our green onions and bell peppers and garlic. Now I used 3 different types of bell peppers in here, some different colors, just to kind of add to some, just to kind of give it some more color. And also cut up some red onions. And if you notice, I cut everything up around the same size, really small, like diced everything really small. And then I also added some fresh ginger, again, cut it up really small. Now this here is optional, but I like to add some habanero pepper in there, and I cut it up. If you want to reduce the spice level, maybe you don't cut it up, you just want to just drop it in there, but I wanted it to have a little bit of a kick, so I went ahead and cut mine up. All right, so now we're just gonna add everything that all the stuff that we just cut up. We're just gonna add it into the pot. Had a little bit of olive oil in there or some vegetable oil, and just had it on medium. Just kind of let it simmer for about 10 minutes till the onions and everything kind of get nice and soft. So after about 7 to 10 minutes, now I'm just gonna add the curry and cumin directly to the center there. Kind of created like a little well there. Adds to make sure that the oil is kind of in the middle there, and I'm actually going to add a little bit extra oil in here because it's a little dry. So that just kind of helps to make sure that all the curry kind of gets a little toasted. Right at this point, really we're just kind of toasting the curry and the cumin. As you see, it'll start to change colors, get a little darker, get a little creamier. You don't want it to like all that powdery stuff in there. So you toasting it and letting it cook a little bit in that oil helps it to kind of get to the right texture. Kind of brings out the flavor a lot better. So this should only take about 2 minutes at the most or so. You don't want it to stay on there too long until it starts to burn, but just to kind of get a nice little dark brown. All right, so once it reaches the right color and texture, we're just gonna fold all the rest of the vegetables and stuff in there. So all of the onions and everything, we're just gonna get it all mixed in there and add some water. and then let this cook for about another few more minutes. We're still kind of cooking the curry, making sure the flavor gets kind of infused in with the rest of the ingredients here at this point. And believe it or not, we're about 80% of the way done. Once we're just gonna keep adding some more water to this, slowly. Just keep adding water, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt here, just to taste. Everyone's different, but once you start adding the water, it starts to dilute the taste a little bit. So you want to add a little bit more salt. And then we just fold in our shrimp. Add a little bit more water to make sure it covers the shrimp. And now I had some diced tomatoes that I had sitting aside. I'm gonna throw that in there. This kind of helps to kind of balance out the flavors a little bit, just so you don't have that the straight raw curry flavor. The acidity in the tomatoes helps to add some balance to the meal. And believe it or not, we are almost done. We're just gonna let this simmer for about 10 minutes or so. Shrimp doesn't take very long to cook, but that's it, folks. Okay, now on to our ribs. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slice these ribs apart, because we are frying it. If we were grilling it, you didn't necessarily have to cut off each individual rib, but frying it, you want to make sure it cooks all the way through, and also you need to fit in the pot. So I'm just going to cut each rib off, separate each rib into single pieces. And then we're going to go ahead and wash them. All right, so we're just going to add some vinegar and some cold water. Make sure we wash these ribs good. And then we're going to make sure that we drain all that water out and start to pat dry it. All right, so we're going to start the seasoning. Now, I am using two main seasonings, both provided from my man down in Georgia, Sergeant Pharrell, aka Big Sarge. He started his own company down there. Congratulations to him. He's making some really great seasonings, Gedd Gawd seasonings. That's right, Gedd Gawd. So I'm using his all-purpose seasoning, and I'm also using his barbecue rub. And we're just gonna marinate these ribs in these for a little while. There's some great stuff here. You don't really need to do a whole lot to it once you add these. Just gonna mix it all in, make sure everything gets nice and even. All right. So after let those marinate for a while, you can let them marinate for as long as you want. But once you're satisfied with the length of time it marinated, we're just gonna batter it just like you would batter anything else you would want to fry. I make sure I did season my flour, added more all-purpose seasoning to the flour itself, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Just make sure you coat everything nice and even. Drop it in some vegetable oil here. And let it cook for about 10 to 12 minutes on about like high to medium heat. You don't want it too high because you don't want it to kind of burn on the outside before it cooks all the way through. But also don't want it too low either. So just somewhere high to medium, and you should be good. And yeah, after about 12 minutes or so, take those bad boys out and you're done ski. But that's it, folks. That is the end of our meal here. And as you can see, it came out really awesome. We got the shrimp curry, and we're gonna with a side of ribs. We got throwing in white rice. I didn't show you how to make white rice. Pretty sure you guys could figure that one out on your own. But yeah, man, this was really great, really delicious. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you like and subscribe. We really appreciate your support. Leave your comments in as well.